I don't expect a major club to come in for him and give him the job. And I really don't properly understand why, because I do feel he's proved he can handle big players. I do think he shows he can handle pressure. And were he to come to my club, say Newcastle, I would be perfectly happy with that. Imagine that. Eddie Howe goes to England.
Well,
Gareth
yeah.
But I wouldn't expect the Saudis to do that, because I feel they want somebody who they consider as a big club manager. People keep going back to Southgate saying, "Oh yeah, well he didn't do so well at Middlesbrough, you know." But I mean, it's
He did
beyond
actually do quite
praise.
well at Middlesbrough if you read what happens, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But he ultimately they did get
Yeah.
relegated. And he's learned so much since then. That's so long ago. He's developed so much as a manager. But I feel that at best he's going to end up mid-table Premier League. He may end up at Crystal Palace, where he played at some point, or people see him as a Crystal Palace and Brighton, something like that. I do actually feel he's proved that he's bigger than that, but I'm not sure that whether clubs would take a punt. But for him too, Charlie, would he want a middle-ranking Premier League?
No,
He'd
no, I
want
don't think it
Tottenham.
would.
Or is he brave enough? Maybe some clubs abroad think, you know what, he could be the man for us. And
Yeah.
they may take the punt. And he may quite fancy that and see that as a good challenge. First of all, I think he deserves a long rest and time to consider his options, because I still think he has a lot left to give in this game.
It'd be interesting. I think that if the season starts out as a car crash for Manchester United, which is going to, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a disaster for Manchester United in the next few weeks under Ten Hag. And we get to October and Ten Hag's sacked, and you've got Dan Ashworth, who's the new main man at Old Trafford, thinking, right, I need someone I can rely on, someone that's going to change the culture, someone that a lot of fans aren't going to like because they're going to be underwhelmed, but I'm going to take this call. I think Gareth Southgate would be considered. I really do. It's obvious, isn't it? Well, of course, Dan Ashford's going to consider Gareth Southgate. I'm not saying he's going to get the job, but I think he'd have a chance. And I know Man United fans wouldn't like it. You've just said it there. I think fans of Crystal Palace would probably complain, to be honest. That's just the reputation he's got. But I think it needs a club official with real strength to make that appointment. And Dan Ashworth, the man that worked with him at England, would have that. So I think that'd be intriguing. But equally, I think Gareth could find it difficult to get a job.
I think you've just convinced me there that he might get in at Man United. I do feel that the Ten Hag situation is one that I'm not convinced they're really backing him. They're just
He'll be sacked.
And Southgate will be sitting there in the wings with a good chance. And as we know, they have been interested in him while they were considering Erik's future. And to be honest, I feel Southgate would deserve that. But boy, if he thinks he had pressure with England, I actually think Man United's more.